watch another amazing video that I have for you. So today, this is an amazing, epic day on the calendar for me, as it has been 365 days since I have had a gram of sugar. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot believe that I am saying this out loud. As you're probably thinking, she probably never really ate sugar. It was probably not a really big deal for her. Well, I actually am a professionally trained pastry chef. Yes, I went to the French pastry school downtown Chicago, and I have been a pastry chef, own my own baking company, and literally loved sugar my entire life. So some of the things that have always got to me are cookies, my number one, homemade caramel corn, and Rice Krispie treats. Like honestly, those are like my top 3 things that I would probably eat until I went into a coma. Like literally, and every once in a while when I would totally binge out, I'd be like, this is the time officially where my body will not produce insulin anymore. Like I've literally overdone it. For the past 7 years, I have literally tried to kick the habit of sugar. And yes, I have gone sometimes a couple weeks, a couple months, I think up to 4 months was my longest before. And then of course I had a little bit of a breakdown, and then I totally gave into it. And of course, if you all know, once you have sugar, it is a total drug. And once you have it, it's all you want, or it's all I wanted for days, for weeks. It was literally like trying to break the worst habit. And I have given up a lot of things in my life, but sugar is probably the hardest thing because it is everywhere. It's in everything. It is in foods that it shouldn't be in. And honestly, like reading labels, sometimes I would get so upset that something that like salsa, like even a spicy salsa would have sugar in it. I'd say, why is there sugar in here? Once you get off of sugar, you realize how much it's in everything. It's everywhere. One of the main reasons why, of course, I wanted to quit sugar is because I knew that it not only messed with my face, I would break out all the time, and it made me really bloated. And then I always knew, I was very, very aware of my feelings and my emotions and what was going on like after I had sugar. So if I had something sugary, normally it was like clockwork. Within 3 days of not, even if I wasn't having any sugar after that third day, that third day would always get me. I would get super emotional. I would start like crying. I was short-tempered. I was real irritated. I was cloudy. I wasn't myself, like literally wasn't myself, because I was detoxing, and all the detox was telling me to do to have more sugar, and it was all gonna go away. And I often succumbed to that. And that's why it was like really hard. Like the beginning phases of doing anything is the hardest part. And it doesn't have to be hard, and you don't have to tell yourself it's hard. You just tell yourself, like, honestly, it is easy. This is fun. Like, this is me taking accountability for what I'm doing. And that's the thing I think that really made it different this time for me, is that I did not tell myself it was gonna be hard. Dug in because I knew that I wanted to be true to myself, that I didn't want my face to break out. I mean, that seems like something very minor, but also like my emotions, like I wasn't me. I wasn't me, and I didn't like that person that I became when I was coming down on sugar. And honestly, I was like, this is the worst me that I could possibly come up with. And like I said, like being off of it for a year, and honestly, even like the 3 months into it, it gave every day was like more momentum of like, this is why I'm doing this, and this really feels great. And honestly, what I'll tell you, like, yes, going to all these parties, going everywhere where there's sugar, there's cakes, there's pies, oh my gosh, I want it all. I still want it all. But literally, I will just look at it and like have a thought saying, man, I really want that. But then like I would just have that feeling for a minute or a second, and then I literally was like, that's not who I am. That's not the person I want to be. And then literally sometimes I have the thoughts of, you know, if I did eat that, like the roller coaster I would be on. And honestly, like just that thought alone, I was like, not worth it one bit. Can't say it enough. Taking responsibility for you, for me, like my own person. And that's honestly what I try to do every single day of my life. If you watch any of my videos, I always say, it is your right every single day of your life to be as fabulous as you want to be, and that is the honest truth. And like that's also part of my channel, is to empower and to inspire people, because life is short. You're not guaranteed tomorrow ever. And what if you made every day your best life? And for me, I know that I cannot live my best life with sugar. Also with this journey, I actually was 99% gluten-free. Gluten also messes with me big time. Makes me very bloated, makes me puffy, cloudy, break out, all of it. So I guess I was 99% gluten-free, as I had like some sushi with some crunchies on top. And then when I was in Florida visiting grandma, I had some calamari, like why not? But other than that, literally the entire year, gluten and sugar-free. Like honestly, like I'm just talking about it, I cannot believe I'm actually saying that. And I don't know like when the actual turning point was where I was like, this is easy. But I really feel like it was probably around, I don't know, maybe month 2 or month 3 into it. But I almost feel like the entire time, since I was very motivated, did I think I was gonna get to a year? No. Did I hope for it? Yes. And where I am right now, I feel like this is me for, I'm gonna say it, the rest of my life. I really feel like I'm gonna go without sugar for the rest of my life. Maybe, I mean, maybe. And maybe I'll come to a point moving forward in life where I can actually have something that has sugar in it, and I won't let it affect me, or I won't let it take me on that roller coaster that I have been avoiding, because it is horrible. And I remember like I would get so emotional with myself, and I get so upset with myself and let down, like why can't I do this? What is wrong with me? And it's like, my advice to everyone who's trying to break something, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's knowing that detox, it has a control over your mind, and it's a detox. And sugar, I don't know if you've ever seen like any interesting documentary or whatnot, but sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. 8 times. I don't have any like real hardcore photos of like, I weighed this, no I weighed this, because honestly, a little something right now about me, I threw my scale away. I don't even care. Like once I got rid of the scale, it was very empowering, because I was like, this thing is, even though I have a different way of looking at the scale, it was still like dictating and still messing with me. I just threw it away. Like I think 6 months into this journey, I was like, why is this in my bathroom? Like I hadn't even gone on it for months, because I knew that like being sugar-free and also gluten-free, that I was feeling great and I didn't need the scale. I just needed my clothes to tell me what was going on. Here's a photo right here. This actually was on my birthday last year, which was in October. I'm a Libra. So this was actually almost 2 months before. And I remember like this photo, I was actually pretty much in a state of, I can't do what I'm doing anymore, because I was definitely like binging out on probably breads and cookies and brownies and everything like that that I'm addicted to, or was addicted to. And I remember like this photo thinking, oh my God, I don't even recognize myself right now. It's a picture that I just took, like I'm going to my Christmas party and I'm wearing this dress. So honestly, I would probably think there would be a difference of, since I don't even weigh myself, maybe 15 pounds. I really have no idea. But I do know that I'm fitting into things that I haven't fit into in a while. And also it just, you know, I just feel great. So I don't even really care about the scale. But So let me tell you a little something about, yes, me being sugar and gluten-free, but I did talk myself into a habit which I'm currently trying to break. So part of this video is, if you want to join me on an empowering movement of making great changes in your life. So part 2 of this video, person that likes crunchy. Those were always the things that I would go after. So since I was on this journey, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna have a moment, like what is okay for me to eat that I'm gonna give myself a little flex on. I normally love tortilla chips. Those are like my favorite. I just eat them plain. Normally I do not eat any corn products either, but I told myself, you know, this is okay. Like eating corn is much better than eating sugar or gluten. So for the past year, I have been using chips as my go-to, like I hate to say it, binging source, but I have. And then also not only tortilla chips, but I've been more eating potato chips. And also it's really weird that I'm saying potato chips because I have never really been a potato chip person. And for the fact, like this past year, I probably ate more potato chips than I have in my entire life. I knew, I was like, you know, again, this is the lesser of the 2 evils for me, eating a potato chip or tortilla chip, because they don't affect me like the gluten and the sugar does. This next part right here is, like I said, I would love if we could all come together and, you know, just, it's not about, it's definitely, I'm never on a diet because diet is never in my frame of mind. For me, it's about me being my best self ever. Again, when I think of MissCarly being as fabulous as she wants to be and she can be, I think about this girl who is on her A game, that she's got everything in place and she doesn't let anything bother her, like dust off of my shoulder, right? I mean, you have to ask yourself, what empowers you? What makes you feel good? And honestly, go in that direction. I knew that going in sugar or gluten was the opposite direction for me. I use chips as just another form to get around it. Definitely not the worst, but not the best. It was just something I used and I was okay with it because I was still able to still really feel good about myself and honestly just like keep pushing forward with my goals. So right now, let's all come together. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to do like other really great videos on this empowerment method, because I really want, like I said, my whole point of my channel is to empower, to inspire, and to share knowledge. And honestly, my #1 goal is if women and men, but especially women, if we empowered each other every single day, what would the world look like? How would it feel if every woman was like, girl, you look great. Girl, you're amazing. If we did not feel like we were in competition with each other, if someone wants to walk around in a liquid latex jumpsuit, and it doesn't matter if she looks good or bad, if she wants to walk around like that, God bless her. I'd be like, girl, you're rocking it out. Good for you. Because it's not about what I think or if I would wear a liquid jumpsuit. Maybe I would. But for the fact of, if it makes her feel good, I should let her know. Or I should just maybe it makes me put a smile on my face, like she's doing it. I should do it too, or I should do what makes me happy. Let's all come together and make this world a better place. And let me know what your feedback is. I'd love to hear from you. Reach out to me on Instagram. You know I love to hear from you. Share your messages, your videos, everything. I so appreciate each and every single one of you. So I want to thank you all for watching this extremely long video on how I went an entire year being gluten and sugar-free, and I'm excited to make more videos on empowering all these women and men to be fabulous. So let's be fabulous together. and we will see you soon. Bye.